Alright, we're going to attempt to clean the injectors. You got 0.616 gallons of diesel. A little over half, 16 ounces of this. And we're going to pop off these fuel lines here. And then from the fuel rails, or the fuel lines, the metal ones, hook rubber line and hose clamps down here into the can and let the truck run that stuff out. So I'm gonna hop up there, try and get those apart. Look like the wheels poke out. I got a nice step stool. And what we got? It's some hose clamps there. Up in there, I can't reach. 2 hose clamps and some fuel line tools. These should do the trick. So we're gonna try and do that. Alright, so I got the fuel lines off. This is the top 2 of the part numbers for these hoses, 3/8 and 1/2 inch hose. They have 3/8 fuel injection hose just on the rack. The 1/2 inch they had to search for it, but they got it. Let me just show you what I had going on. I use these tools, and the 3/8 one, the top one, came off rather easy. The bottom one, I sprayed some carb cleaner in there and cleaned some of the gunk out, and some WD-40 or silicone spray or whatever I had. And then was wiggling the line. Didn't want to come off the rest of the way. Let me hop up here. And you could see behind here, this bracket was on the stud, so I took the nut off. I went in through behind the booster, or the hydro boost. Took that nut off, pulled that bracket off in there, and I was able to get the line off the rest of the way. So I'm gonna take some fuel hose and hose clamp it on there, and then mix up this fuel. Alright, so this is what I come up with. I have the fuel lines on there, tightened up. I'm just going to check for leaks in a second here, but I have a bucket, and then I couldn't tell inside the fuel can which way the fuel lines are going, and I want to suck up every last drop. So I just have a bucket here. And then once I did that, I came over here to the plunger, fuel filter, and we press that up and down until it gets hard, and the truck started right up, first crank. So I'm going to check for leaks and check back with you. I'm going to go through my tablet too and check the balance rates. Alright, so I got this injector cleaner running through it right now. I just opened up the app, and these are the balance rates. I just started the truck. It's cold. It sat all night plugged in. But we're 2.9 at cylinder 1, 3.0 at cylinder 6, and cylinder 8 was the other problem one. We're right about 2.0, 2.3. So cylinder 5 is at 1.6. That's the other high one, cylinder 3. 2 and 4 seem fine. 7 seems fine. So we're going to let this run through here. It's probably going to be a while, and we're going to see if this clears it up at all. So we'll see what we got going on here. See how I have those ran. I made a mark of where we started. You can see that. And then once we get closer to the bottom, I'll get like a piece of 3/4 board or something like that, and we'll wedge the one side up, just get the sit level, or tilt it to the one side. And we're gonna try and run every last fucking drop out of this until the truck quits on us. Get them plugging those lines and see what happened. Let it run for a little bit more. All right, this is an update. We're a little over an hour in, probably an hour and 10 minutes. Still running. I did was I put a piece of 3/4 board in there to prop it up and tilt it a little bit. But you see the line where we started right there by my thumb. That's how far it went down. I'd say I have another hour. So I'm gonna let it go for a half hour and keep monitoring it and see which way the fuel lines are going. So I'm gonna try and position them in this corner so they suck up the last drops and keep running the fucking truck. Let's take a peek at the balance rates. Cylinder 6 went down. That was the worst cylinder. Went down quite a bit. It'll occasionally pop up to about 2, but it's better than the 4.4 that kept coming up. And then cylinder 1 still -2. It's roughly where it started. Cylinder 8 is definitely improved, and they're all slightly improving. 4 gets up a little high, not really high, but you know, 1.0. But the rest of them are pretty consistent. Don't move more than a point. Some of them are a half a point. But 1 still worries me quite a bit. And the 2 problem children were 6 and 8. And it's definitely improving. So if this works, maybe I'll order 2 more of these AC Delco bottles, and I'll mix up a little over a gallon and let the fucker run for half a day or something. And I don't know if that has any ill effects on it, but maybe that'll be the fucking cure that we're looking for here. Let's take a peek out back. The hazing definitely let up quite some. Every once in a while I'll have a little puff, but there ain't hardly anything. Hardly any smoke at all. None right now. It smells a million times better. This truck had some smells coming out of the back of it lately too. When you're hooking up the trailer, you can definitely notice it. But right now, it's not too bad. We're definitely improving some here. Alright, it's 3, so we've been running almost 2.5 hours right now, and those are the current balance rates. We're pretty fucking close to being done here. Let's see, we're just running on fumes. It should be cutting out here in a second. But the balance rates are definitely getting better. So we'll get this truck, once it runs out, we'll get the fuel lines hooked back into it, get it run again, and then see what happens. Alright, so I got it back together, cleaned up a little bit, but we got the fuel lines connected. That bracket's tightened down. These are some of the tools you need. 13 long extension, screwdrivers, some fuel line tools. And then I have a 1/4-inch ratchet with an 8mm on there to tighten down my hose clamps. But these are my current balance rates. Cylinder 6 went up after I disconnected it. It does go up to about 4. But the lower point, like its low point, is much lower than it was, but it'll still come up kinda high. You can do some comparisons. I'm gonna post a lot of, well, I filmed a lot, so you'll see before, during, after. I'm gonna cycle out. I have about 3/4 of fuel in here. We'll run that tank out, put some fresh fuel in it. I'm gonna put some treatment in it and see how it runs. But cylinder 8, that definitely went, well, it went up, but the number is much lower. It was getting up there. So same with 1. 1 was moving around too bad. A couple of them are out there, but 6 and 8 are still the problem children here. Same with 1. They're still getting up there. Seems to be smoother, a little bit quieter, but it seemed to help a little bit. But if I notice it does help, and after this tank, maybe I'll buy more of this cleaner, and I'll run it through in a higher dosage, and I'll let the fucker run all day or something maybe.